everybody! Welcome to the D-Pad. I'm Rick, and this is Kirby 64, where we've already... So this one's kind of going to be an interesting one. So we've already technically 100%ed the game, but it does unlock a few things. And, whoop, I actually wasn't trying to go into the... Oh no, is there no way for me to... Oh, god damn it. Is there no way for me to just bail on this menu now that I've gone into it other than resetting? That'd make me sad. Well, let's do that then. Wait, how do I... Oh, there we go. I was like, did it just... There it is. Okay, reset. There we go. Yeah. Alrighty. Anyway, yeah, so at the very least... For what we're doing with this game, we're going to check out the mini games. We're going to check out the boss battles mode, and I'm honestly thinking about just going for all the fucking info cards too. I know there's a lot. I know it's randomized, and I know that there's nothing you can do to make it go faster. But I also kind of don't mind taking it a little bit easy because the game that we're doing after this is going to be torturous and difficult and extended. This is also probably super quiet on you guys' side. It is a lot of info cards, yes. Hang on one sec. Try this for sound. It's probably still like super quiet. I'm actually gonna go up a little bit more. There we go. Hopefully this is at least a little bit better sound-wise. For whatever reason, this game is super quiet compared with Smash Brothers, which was super loud. We're gonna do our mini games first here. So, A is hop 2 spaces, B is hop 1 space. Let's do it. There we go. Oh, Dedede got kicked out. Nice. Oh, shit. I'm already making big mistakes. Can't be doing this stuff. Alright. Well, can't complain too much so far here. There we go. It's like they're going to get me. They're going to get me. So in those situations, I think you either just have to... Oh, damn it. You either just have to, like, deal with jumping on the frog and losing for a sec, or, like, wait for it to move, which can lose you the race if it's done at the wrong time. Here we go. Finish! So what I'm probably going to do for the info cards is I'm probably just going to, like... To start with, I'm just going to replay the main stages of the game. I'm not going to... I think for the boss fights, you don't actually get the little picnic at the end. But I'm not positive about that. I don't really remember that one super well. So we'll probably just play through the main stages of the game, and then when that's the case, we'll start blasting through that first stage a whole bunch. I mean, at least make it interesting while we're getting it started there. I'm going to play another game, because, okay, it comes out to here. I'm just not sure if... Oh, I got 2 Ds this time. If I say play again, will it do the same difficulty? Whoop. And that's true, too. We are going to be tackling the boss battles, so I'm not going to worry too much about that either. So I think the water sends you back and the bananas don't. The bananas are just frogs that don't move. It's true about life, too. Bananas are just frogs that don't move. Oh, I did it too early. Still got there in under 34. The big 3-4. Slide over a little bit. You got this, Dedede. I believe in you. Or suck a big dick, I don't care. Finish, 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 finish! That's what you yell at them when they're in last. Alright, play another one. Diving on in. No DDDs in this one. We kicked him back out again. Ooh, alright. Alright, so I can go as soon as the word start, like, lands, basically. Ooh, shit. So what's the difference between hay and water? That's what I want to know. Ooh, looks like we just dropped a little bit there, but we're back. I think we're back. I hope we're back. Yeah, there we go. Looks like we're back. Okay. Got our best score yet, 31:45. So it's interesting. Our internet has, when it's working, been super fixed, where like we keep our speeds, it's great, but then every now and then it still just drops out of the sky to 0, which has been obviously super frustrating. Thank you, Carnium. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're looking forward to the weekend in the old KRF and all that jazz. Ooh, Kibi's got my number right now. Ugh. Come on. Oh, no, come on. Oh, you little bitch. I was so close, and I, like, double clutched at the very end. Give that one more go. I think I have... Yes, yeah, that was a recent one, right? Yes, I have seen something about Kirby 64. That was a... I like the idea that that Adeleine, by virtue of being a human, can actually see what's going on as compared to Kirby, who just like sees everything as like adorable and silly. Come on. Gotta keep plowing ahead. Yeah, boy! Under 30 seconds. Bada boom. Eat butts, Mint Kirby. Dang. All right. There we go. Bada boom. For what it's worth, none of the stuff that we're doing tonight actually contributes to a 100% completion. We already have 100% on the save file. This is just extra stuff for fun. Yo, Dedede, get out of my face. Haha. Whoop. Whoop. Haha. Yep. Get out of my face, you idiots. Oh. Haha. Oh. Fuck you, D. Is this a remix of Dedede's theme? Sounds like I got a little kind of melody going on there. Ah. Yeah, let them take that. Yep. Haha. Oh, I spun him right into it. God, how many of these we're gonna have? This one's a long game. Alright. Ah. Oh, here we go. Big time. Ah, you little fucker. Yeah, that's what I think. Now what? Whoop. There we go. Kirby gets all the goddamn food. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting, like, character aspect that they have going on there. I don't know, like, I don't know that I necessarily dislike it. It just feels slightly played out. Like, it feels a little bit like just the easy way to end the... Just the easy way to end the video at this point of, like, I don't know, just have him do something bizarre and you know, he calls down holy light and that wins. I don't know. The videos are generally super fun. I am a tiny bit tired of that as being... Oh, it's just got area of attack. All right. Whoop. Oh, God damn it. Whoop. God damn, this is already getting tricky. Doesn't help that, again, this is like just a long-ass event. Alright. Oops, shit. Ah, oh, I did get it. Nice. Oh, damn it. Push him right into it. There we go. Whoop. No! There we go. Take that. Take that one. That. Whoop. That. Damn it. Not in time. So many flippies. Here we go. Oh, what? Ah, damn it. Oh my god, he's pushing me into a bunch. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah. There we go. I was like, am I not going to get a point for that? What's up? Alright, let's do it again. The D's are back in town. Whoa, they got quick. Whoa. Yo. Hoop. God damn it. It's like a chain reaction of these bitches. Ah! Oh, nice, I got that. Ah! What the fuck? Yo, nope, don't mind me. Ah, damn it. Who? Nope, nope. Oh, God, fuck, really? That was so far away. That's bullshit, wow. Oh, my God. Ugh. Oh, God, how did I go past it? Oh, no. This is not good. I need to throw some in front of some bombs in a second here. Shit. Oh, fuck you. Oh, my God. There we go. Ugh. There we go. All right, we took the lead. Let's hang on to it. Get away from this fruit right there, you ass! Oh my god. There we go. Surprised there's no bombs right at the end. Dedede and the Deedly D's, yeah. Alright. Here we go. Let's go for intense. Let's do this. Those don't look delicious at all. Ah. Fuck. Oh my god. I'm getting pushed around so much right now. Oh, fuck. I'm getting, like, chain reaction thrown around, too, which is making it much worse. Fuck you! Like, one will throw me, and then the frame that I'm grabbable, they'll get me again. Oh, fuck, and I keep barely missing them, too. Oh, my god. No. Ugh. Damn it. Oh, you fucker. There we go. Hoop. Damn, I was trying to do a switch and switch back, and it didn't really... Cool. I love the frame-perfect switching. That's really cool. Oh. Damn it. No! Oh. Fuck. There we go. All right, all right. Oh, shit. Bye. Oh, God. No, 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 no! Oh, God. Jesus Christ. I got some catching up to do here. Whoop. No! Oh, goddamn. No! Oh, shit. Fuck! Oh, I didn't... Nope. Yeah, this is tough. Alright, let's try it again. Oh my god. Just immediately thrown to the side. No, why did it... It keeps trying to, like... If you try to do the shoulder bump, but you're in the wrong spot, like if you're just barely off, it'll throw you in the other direction. Don't you dare. Oh my god. Wait, how come none of them got fucking hurt with that? You fucker. Nope. Whatever. God damn it. There we go. Oh. What the fuck? Everyone's so pushy. Oh my god. Oh, fuck you. They keep moving me off like the like the instant that... oh shit. Hup. Man, Waddle Dee's having a tough time today. Whoop, nope. Oh, god damn it. Alright, hoop. Damn it. Oh shit, no! Well, that just fucked me completely. I have no chance now. Oh. God damn. Alright, I'll try it again. Best score 31. Was that from round 1, the easy mode? Nope, no, nope, nope, nope. Oh god, nope, nope. How did I miss that? Oh, fuck you. Oh my god. That they gave that to Waddle Dee, really? Fucking goddamn. Give me a fucking break, what? Oh, fuck you. Huh. All right, we got to kick ass now. Why did I go so far to the side? No, left. Oh, fuck you. Oh my god, nope. Good enough. Jesus, holy shit. We did it, though. Alright. Can't wait to replace this chair. Lumbar support thing keeps sliding all the way down. Alright. Chase down your opponents. Get the drop on them to win. Checkerboard Chase. Drop blocks move. Alright. Oh, this. Oh, shit. Well. What? What? Really? Oh. Fuck. Ooh. Oh my god. Right. All right. Oh. No! Damn it! Oh god. Well, that'll do. No, I'm having so much trouble turning left or right without hitting up. And that's on the D-pad controls. I'm not even using the stick. The D-pad is the control for this game. And it keeps, like, rubbing the up and down again. It's like, no, please don't. All right, so that's one. This is gonna be a tough one. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, we're going to hang out for a minute. That'll do. Oh, you lucky little bitch. Ugh. Oh, shit. Well, that's all right. Oh, wow. Oh, fuck you. That's fine. I'm good. Yeah. Hoorah. All right, let's move it up again. Ooh. It's our Kirby squad. Kirby squad and the Deeds. Oh, I should have gone the other way. All right. Oh. 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 All right. Oh, yo, hey. Can we stop going up when I'm hitting left? That'd be great. Oof. No, I'm pressing left. I literally looked down at my hand and I was pressing left and it was like, we're going up. Shit, that was stupid. Whoop. No, fuck you. I pressed left. Oh my God. Why for the D-pad is that a problem? Can I just use the... maybe I'll just use the actual Wiimote, like, sideways. Can I do that? No, I cannot. No. Well, this is gonna be annoying. Ugh. Yeah, you can see that there are times where I'm trying to do, like, little moves, and he's doing, like, this little stagger step diagonal thing. 2 deaths back to back. That's good. Oh, shit. Well, I'm definitely losing this one. Shit! Left! Oh my God. Oof. No! Oh my God! Stop! Oh God. Ah, well. Alright. Down to 1. No! I had so much of a lead on his attack and it wouldn't go down. Oh, that's frustrating. That's all that... Alright. Left! 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 Oh, walking left is like... Thank fuck this is the only other game that I have to do with this controller setup. Oh my God. This is like brutal. It's like it's centered weird or something. And it's a D-pad, so it's not like I can recalibrate it, you know? Oh, bye. Left! Oh my God. Ah, shit. Well, mutually assured destruction. Fuck it. Alright. Oh, shit. Well, that's bad. I gotta do 3 of these now? Oh, God. Nope. What? No, left! Oh my god! No, don't reset. Just go back. Oh my god. I have to, like... It's so weird. I have to, like, hit it on the... I have to, like, push it, like, diagonally? It's very weird. The D-pad on this controller is, like, messed up. I'm actually gonna watch. Ready? If I rock it up just a little bit, I go up. So I have to make sure that I'm, like, pressing it downward, I guess. Fuck me. Oh, fuck. God damn. Ah, shit. Oh, my God. Barely got out of that one. Nice. Drop 2 of them. Whoop. All right. Oh, that was close. Oh, it was instant. What the fuck? It was so fast. Oh, why wouldn't it turn right? Oh my god. Okay. Yes! Holy shit. Oh my god. We got 1 more to go, too. That wasn't even the hardest. Okay. Ooh, techno blocks. No! Oh, you fucker. Whoop. Oh, bullshit. Oh boy. No, down. No. Left, please. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, I gotta do another 3 again. Fuck! What? How did I not get off of the square? I was holding down by the time. Whatever. Alright, let's do it again. I need a better start. The start on that one was awful. Why is it so... Oh. No! Oh my god. My inputs are super fucked right now. Oh boy. Shit! Oh my god. Fuck you! What? Oh my god. No. Is it timed based off of when it hits the end of the row? So if you're closer to the side, you're just screwed? Like... They have so many more lives than I do. Well, that'll help. Shit! Couldn't get off of the side in time because of the move that I had just played. What? I was not on that square. Holy shit. The one benefit for for this minigame is that because they're more effective in general, they're also more effective at killing each other. Oop. Oh, oh no, really? To the... Fuck you. Bullshit. Wow. Oh, fuck. I gotta get out of the side here. Alright. Oh, shit. I didn't realize you're still alive. Oh! Fuck yeah! Double victory! Oh, my God. And in barely over a minute, too. Whoo! Alright. Okay, well there we go. There's me getting all limbered up. So we got quite a few cards to go here. I think we had 6 when I counted before. There's those two, that one, and that one. And the reason that we've only got 6 is because when we played the game normally, we specifically were, you know, generally going for like items and stuff that was going to help us, you know, get through the game. Whereas the info cards were not going to do us any real good there. I have heard that doing bomb and fire... Well, first of all, fire is just great for buzzing through stuff anyway, but bomb and fire, I think, is what, firework or something? And that one is a pretty good combo for, like, just getting through this level super fast. Well, it'd be good if I wasn't taking damage as often as I am. I think maybe my one thing that I'm like on when it comes to this game is it does feel a little sluggish. Here we go. Bloop. Oh yeah, this is gonna be super tedious. There we go. There we go. But we'll, at least to start with, we'll make sure to do different levels and things to keep it a little fresh. Here we go. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get you down there, though. You're going to be a big pain in the ass. No. Wrong button. This is what I wanted. You little piece of shit! Alright, fine. He'll come back in a sec here when I just... Also, do you have any power? I don't think... Yeah, those guys are neutral enemies. There we go. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Whoop. Lots and lots of fireworks, beating everybody up. I mean, I could hypothetically. It does feel like I'll just be sitting here. Let's at least for now we won't go with save states, but what we got? That looks like a new one. But later on, I think once I've beaten all of the levels of the game again, maybe then I might save state. We'll see. I think the one kind of bummer about all of this is when we do get all the info cards, if memory serves, the info cards don't actually have descriptions on them. They're just pictures. Which, honestly, Kirby and the Forgotten Land definitely has a good amount of the Kirby 64 DNA in it. I think like both between the idea of a 3D Kirby in general, the Dedede, his like character model in Kirby and the Forgotten Land is very clearly inspired by his look from this game more than anything else. And honestly, I didn't even think about it until now. The info cards in this game returning as the little figurines in Forgotten Land feels like a natural kind of extension of that too. It's like, oh, okay, all right. Name, image, and power they give. Okay, all right. Because, yeah, there's also bosses in there, too, and stuff like that, so... I love the effect, the actual, like, line dragging effect that they have here. So, like, we're going along this thing, and it looks like it's got weight because they're changing out the 3D model. I mean, or they're just moving it. It's probably the entire thing is moving. But basically, it makes it look like tension on the line, which I think is great. I think that's an awesome little touch. Goodbye, Sprongy Boing Boing. Have a good night. Hey, I remember what we did there. Anyway. There we go. Yay, another new one. It's also kind of a relief to be doing this game without having to worry about what powers I have for the sake of getting the secrets. Because was it most of the so generally speaking, I think all of the stages have at least one thing that you need a specific power or power combination to obtain. And there's like one or two in the game where the powers are not present in the level itself. And not having to worry about that is great. I mean, yes, collectibles have been in like every modern Kirby game, but I feel like the figurines with description and all of that stuff, it just feels a little bit more... Like, granted, they've had collectibles in a handful of games that are also very similar in terms of, like, you know, the keychains and stuff like that, but I don't know. Something about, like, the fact that it's got the little info card on there, or info, you know, stuff in there makes me feel like it's spiritually very similar to these, which are literally called info cards. Oh, yeah. I forgot this game had the weird-looking Gordos. The ones who were, like, had a serious cross-eyed sort of situation going on. Back when their eyes were placed extremely close together, too. Yeah, the firework really does make this, like, kind of no big deal. All right, so do I go down there, or do I keep going? Okay, I do go down there. Granted, later levels are going to be less forgiving with it, obviously, but... Whee! Like right there, you need Cutter to get to the thing that was there. Hello. Don't mind if I do. Bye. Acid reflux there. So with those, I'm probably gonna have 100 lives by the time we're done with this. I guess, granted, if I use save states, I won't, because if I use save states, then by the end of this, I'll only have played through that first level a few dozen times. Like, on top of going through the main game, so I probably won't actually have 100 lives. I bet I get at least 40. Yeah, the firework is weak, but its radius is pretty large. And for most goons, it is enough damage to knock them out in one. Exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah, we want to go. Whoop. Oh, yeah, little sparky guys. I forgot about that. Whoop. Come on, there we go. Oh, yeah, we fought Dedede there, didn't we? Because we fight all of our eventual allies in the first world, and we fight Wispy Woods. All right. Next, Rockstar. I didn't actually look at his face. I did to see whether we got a good one or not. Whoops. Oh well. So if you get a duplicate, then Kirby looks disappointed when he picks up the info card in the little picnic screen. All right. It's also just a nice excuse to listen to music in this game. I do like the music a lot. It's got a very specific style to it that I can't quite place. Like it's almost, I mean, barring a few like very specific track exceptions, this feels like the most, I want to say industrial, but that's kind of wrong. It's the most, it's got like a driving energy to it that most Kirby games don't have. Like it's somewhere, it's in the vicinity of like like rock. I can't quite place it. I don't know. Oh. There we go. Oh, that's right. Star Allies had puzzle pieces, which I don't think we actually finished with Star Allies. Granted, it seemed like they just kept adding new ones along with DLC. I think that's meant to be something that you have to like replay kind of a lot in order to have any chance at. Granted, there's a few puzzle pieces that are like unique too. So I think you can still get regular puzzle. Like there's the special puzzle piece in the stages, then there's regular ones, right? So know that the puzzle pieces, there were ones that you had to get by, beating certain like little, I was gonna say mini games, not really mini games, just the special areas. Like as soon as they started having collectibles, they started having like special rooms just for collecting collectibles. But look at those big Andross faces in the background. This is where all his kids live. All of Andross's kids live here. Andross's first name is Michael. I don't know if you know that, but his first name is Michael. Michael Andross. Alright. Oh, yeah, and that one needed electric and bomb? Or maybe electric and rock? Yeah. Give this guy a second there. Hup. Oh. Tried to dodge, did not dodge. Moandros, yeah. Ooh. This is going to be a little bit snug. There, we got it, though. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're still dropping... Man, that's really annoying. So, like, we generally haven't been having much... Okay, it is back. That's good. We generally hit, like... It's been so frustrating. We've been, like... I don't know what the deal is today, for example, because on Tuesday we had literally no problems. We didn't drop a single frame the entire stream. Electric and rock is the tethered rock, right? Where you zip it around and stuff. But yeah, like, so our internet speeds have been great. When the internet is working properly, we're getting, easy 20 to 25 megabits per second, which is exactly what we pay for, and we get that. It's great. The problem we've been having lately has been general connectivity, where at random points it just kind of drops out entirely for no real reason. We've replaced the modem. We've replaced both a wire that goes from the modem to a connector. We've replaced the wire that goes from the connector to the outside. We've replaced the wire that is outside that goes to the pole. I say we, the tech that came in to work on stuff did that. Every single thing has been replaced. But we still have been having, like, some weird... Oh, there were two of them. I was like, he's got a weird double eye thing going on. But it's getting better each time. So I'll still keep pushing forward. But it is definitely frustrating to look down and see the, drop frames detected. And like, I think the Ship of Theseus point would be... Oh, do I have to wait until I hit the... There we go. So, for one, I think Ship of Theseus point would be, like, if we... Oh, that's bad, right. If we saved all those wires and then plugged them in, like, after we move or something. Is it the same internet? But we're also replacing all of the stuff at this point, so, like, I don't know. What's even left? The PC is still left, as is the Ethernet cable that goes downstairs. However, Sarah's internet also drops out downstairs, so it's not the Ethernet coming up here. It is an apartment-wide issue. There we go, another extra life. Alright, cool. Yeah, Star Allies was very much... remember Kirby? There's a lot of that going on. Oh, no, I have to play as Kirby with Dedede. Can I just... This is not going to be the answer, is it? No, it is not. Nope. Hwah. Yeah, at this point, I would also imagine that any remaining issues are going to be neighborhood-wide. One of our neighbors across the street was having internet connectivity problems fairly recently, too, so... There we go. Yeah! I figure when we get through all of the regular stages, we can take a look and see how we're doing on numbers. Similar to last time with the Super Smash Brothers 100%ing, where we had to do 100 versus matches. We had to do 88 because we had already done 12. Maybe we'd done a little bit more than that. I don't know. It was maybe more like, I don't know, 85, 82, something like that. Point is, it was one of those situations where, like, in that game, we would know when we got there. It'd, like, put a big thing up that's like, you did it, here's item select or whatever. This game isn't going to do that, but also, we're not even close right now, so it doesn't, you know, we don't have to worry about that just yet. When we reach a point where we can actively count how many... Okay, I was like, was that good or bad? When we reach a point where we can actively count how many info cards we have missing without needing to go beyond, like, you know, 15, then it'll be time to actually start, like, paying attention, counting, you know? Doing. Get you. And you. Whoop. The other nice thing about the fireworks is that they will, this is good. Okay. It'll knock out a lot of projectiles, too, which is very helpful. There we go. Oh, we're still underwater. I'm like, man, we're running very slow. Let's not drop this power. Okay, well. And what is an ISP if not grief persevering? Oof. Ugh. More like grief everlasting. Ooh. Whoop. Yeah, I think this weekend's going to be a little light on the recording side of things, which is okay. The last couple of weekends we've been pretty good about stacking it up. So I think this weekend is going to be the one where I watch a whole bunch of stuff and record my thoughts on them at long last and start catching back up. I also have another review that I need to put together. Oh, barely. Yeah! I can't miss! I'm like Honk-Eye. So go, huh? It's great. Oh no, someone's stealing that pyramid! It's got another pyramid underneath it. Someone should tell the owner of that first pyramid that someone's stealing their internet. Lower pyramid is a fucking squatter right now. Hey, thank you, Prince Dusk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I wanted to jump in there. All right. I remember this track. This music track is so strange. I'm honestly deciding whether or not, or debating rather, whether or not Kirby's Dream Buffet is going to get a proper intro or not. If only because it's such a short experience and I don't have a whole lot of information on the development of the game. So I don't know. We might just kind of launch into it. I don't know. We've done an intro for literally every other game in the franchise, with the exception of when we did those two 3DS download titles back-to-back. Do I have to select stuff? Can I just leave? Yes, I can. All right. Whew, that was close. Not all like the Pyramid Track from Dreamland 3. I'm trying to remember that one. Dreamland 3 was interesting. I felt like we barely touched it again. I mean, we did barely touch it again, but still. We spent a million years doing, boss battles, but other than that. Got a little overeager there. All right. He's climbable? Yeah. What if I just... Oh, hello. There we go. Fireworks in your chute. Ooh, nice. Yeah! Alright. Yeah, Dreamland 3 was definitely one that suffered from internet shit going on. Not that this one hasn't also, but, like, it's at least been, the bulk of this stream has been fine. We've been in for an hour, and we've lost approximately 4 minutes of stream to random drop frame, like, chunks. So I'd say that's a pretty good hit rate. That's about... it's about, what, 93%? Something like that? No. It's actually better than that. It's like 96%. But we'll do the best we can with it. And we will see if there's anything left to diagnose. I don't know if there is. I'm trying to remember. These green dudes showed up in another game, didn't they? I remember that. I remember seeing them in like a pixely form, and I don't remember what game it was. Yeah, I really like Dreamland 3. I think its like weird colored pencil aesthetic is like really nice and unique, and I don't know. I think it's a fun thing there, and I don't know. Whoops. Well, can I get this without getting eaten? There we go. So yeah, honestly, basically all of the Kirby mainline games I love. I don't know if there's any that I specifically don't. This might be the one I like the least. Actually, no. Kirby Mass Attack is technically a mainline game, right? I guess that's the thing. Kirby is so weird with like his core series and his like spin-offs and things that it's hard to tell. Like, in my mind, I'd probably consider Mass Attack a mainline game, maybe. It's not definite, but if I had to like pick right now, I'd probably say that like, yeah, I guess it's a mainline game, but I wouldn't say the same about Canvas Curse and Rainbow Curse. But I probably would about Epic Yarn. I don't know. It's weird. It's just an amorphous enough. I mean, I could also see the argument for sure of Mass Attack and Epic Yarn being in games of. Oh, do a bunch of them not have Hoshino Kirby as their main thing? Oh, god damn it! Because I know a bunch of the Zelda games have they used to have Densetsu no Hyrule, but I don't know if they've swapped that out for just an relatively anglicized Legend of Zelda at this point. But like off the top of my head, I'd imagine the mainline games to be like Kirby 1, 2, 3, Kirby's Adventure, Kirby 64. Oh, way too much. Oh no, just enough, or just enough, not enough. Return to Dreamland, Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot, Star Allies, Forgotten Land, all definitely would be main games. I guess the question would be, are there any other Kirby games that would be considered like main games between now and Return to Dreamland? Like, I'd call Air Ride a side game for sure. Tilt and Tumble definitely would. Oh, wait, I'm forgetting the Game Boy Advance games. I forgot that the series basically transitioned to handheld for a while. Yeah, Amazing Mirror, Squeak Squad. Oh, Superstar. How the hell did I leave Superstar out? Why do I feel like I'm missing one more? Like, there's Superstar Ultra and Nightmare in Dreamland, but I feel like the remakes don't really count. Same goes for Extra Epic Yarn. Who? Oh, yeah. It's got a very similar feel to Superstar, honestly, also. There we go. Eek. Oh, whoa, you came back quick. Oh, I'm doing a battle, that's why. There's like a bunch of you guys. Oh, nope, it's the big guy up top. There we go. There you go, Crabbies. Crab Rave. Bow, 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 bow. Hey, Waddle Dee. Let's go on an adventure. There we go. Get some health so we can live. Right. Whoa. Nice. Well, the Waddle Dee's just going like, ah! Whoops. So I get for scratching my eye in the middle of an action segment. Oh, did I really go over all those? All right. Here we go. Fuck everybody, just run. I'm being chased by a rough or whatever. This music is fucking going nuts. Ah, there's two of them. Oh, we're still in it. Alright. Whoop. Fuck you, Bouncy. Oop. Well. Oh, okay. That'll do. There we go. Huh, huh, huh. No, go up. There we go. Oh, Jesus. We did it. We're safe. It's okay. Spike logs can't hurt you now. Yeah. All right. Still doing good on these. Was Canvas Cars before or after Superstar Ultra? Because I thought Mark's Soul came before Drossia Soul. Did it come before? Okay. Oh, it was like right at the start of the DS. Okay. Some of those windows get a little bit muddy for me when I'm not like actively doing research for them. Man, Firework is carrying like a mofo. Whoop. All right. Eek. I mean, I'm not surprised. You can basically just run and hit whatever without thinking. Whoop, well. I'm honestly just happy I haven't dropped it yet. Well, no, there's food down here. I have food. Bomb and Cutter. I'm trying to remember that one. I think Fire... Was Fire and Cutter the lightsabers? Or the... No, the Fire Sword. I think Electric and Cutter was lightsaber. I don't know what Bomb and Cutter was. Oh, it was the Shuriken. Yeah. That one's a fun one. God damn it. Can I just... Nope. Gotta go. Down we go. Also, these mini-bosses are, like, hilarious how trivial they are to beat with any power at all. Oh, I remember this one. I remember that little zone there. There we go. Yeah, most of the abilities... Oh, God, really? Wow. It's the first time I've even dropped the power, and it was because I literally got stuck inside of that. But yeah, the fact that you had to... There were some powers that were literally only good for getting shards. There we go. This is going to be a tight one. No, dead on. All right. Nice. I don't think you have to use every combination for a shard. You do have to use a lot of them, though. Oh, no. Firework isn't going to help me here. Oh. Fuck! Well. Oh, boy. Please give me food. Alright. Still alive. I'd like some food, please. Eh. Okay. Who? Oh my god. Let's see, are we back up yet? There's a current, so I gotta be careful how I do this. Oh, still down. Yes. Oh! Jesus Christ! That was so close. I can't believe that I dodged that. Oh my god. Holy shit. Yeah, it's still showing us as down right now, which is interesting because my PC thinks we're still online. Oh, there we go. We're back in. Man, shout out to the folks who watched the nut-clenching moment that just happened that will unfortunately be only visible in the VOD. Holy shit. Yeah, the old internet's having some difficulty today, it seems. Ah, fuck you. Alright. Whoop. Whoop. Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Camera, do you want to move in a way where I can see what's coming up? That'd be great. Ah, fuck you. Shit, we're back to this again. Oh, I don't like this. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. No, I'm fucked. Oh god. Camera, could you move to the right where, like, enemies are and shit? That'd be real, real good. Oh my god. Oh good. This is what I needed right now. Come on. Ugh. I'll wait for him to come back. It's funny how much of this game is still composed of sprites. Like that dude we just fought, the top half of him was a 3D model, the bottom half was sprites. Why am I... Where's the actual exit here? There we go. For the love of God, can I have some food? Where did that just come from? Whoa! I didn't see that at all. Oh, it came from the left. Oh. Wow. I straight up didn't see that on my screen at all. Damn. That's nuts. Holy shit. Hang on a second here. what the fuck is happening there? It looks like we should be good now, but like our internet's doing that thing where it just kind of like dips at random. The speed is like good when it's up, but I don't know what the fuck is happening there. Oh, too much. Damn it, first miss. Well, this stage was a mess. At least we're done underwater. You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to go back to the first stage and get the that power again. Just because. I don't know why. I never think of... Is this song also from Kirby's Dream Land 3? Because I feel like I never associate this with Kirby 64. Yeah, here's this guy. Oh, that's right too. That was the other thing that I left out before, as connections between this game specifically and Forgotten Land. This game, Forgotten Land, has some like direct references to some of the ability power-ups of this game. This one being one of them. There you go. Goodbye. Boink. Should be right over here, I think. Okay. There we go. Right, that one breaks open because you only need bomb, but it can be mixed with anything for that one. As we run into Waddle Dee. There we go. Bullseye. We made up for missing it on the end of the World 3 one. Alright. They're supposed to be... Wow, that was fast. They're supposed to be big strawberries? What? Okay. The other reason it'll be nice to just be doing the first stage over and over again is being able to avoid some of the more difficult, damagey stuff of the later levels. Nice. Bing bong. God damn it. Oh, that's why he dives forward really fast. You bitch. Yeah, the art style definitely seems to feel at home with the N64. Eating the sandwich that I don't need. There we go. Good night. Here we go. We got a little Donkey Kong Country in our Kirby 64. Ooh, that was a fast jump. I liked it. Seems you keep the momentum of your vine. Ooh. Well. Did it go down again? Motherfucker. Yeah, I'm watching it drop again. What the fuck? I think after this level I might see if Sarah's having trouble / if she can reset the router. We'll just sack the hit for a minute there. Seems like we have stabilized. Oh, no, we haven't. Nope, still doing its thing. Yeah, that's disappointing. I can actually see on my little meter on my computer that it's not uploading much of anything right now. Oh, shit! I fat-fingered that one and hit B instead of A. I also didn't think that I was going to be delayed for quite long enough to cause me to get killed there, but oh well. There we go. Ooh. There we go. We'll just do this, and we're off. Am I going through blocks too? All right. Nope. I was trying to eat that one, but all right. All right. Whoo! That was a close one. Yeah, hang on one sec here. Let's see. Typing with my left hand is very difficult. Of course, right as I'm messaging her, it looks like our internet is like super stable. Nope, there it goes. As I said it, it dropped down. That's distressing. Ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doop-boo. I wish there was a bomb earlier in the stage. There we go. Big cutties. Yeah, big cutties. Oh, yeah. There we go. And we're off. That was bad and stupid, and I ran into a dude. I'll drop more frames. It's really disappointing. Also, not 100% sure whether Sarah's still up. She might have already gone to bed. Oh, it looks like we're doing okay actually on the thing. All right. Oh nope, not enough. All right, we got a 1-up though. All right, back we go. I figure anytime we lose our power, we can go back and get it, especially since, you know, if we can get some more info cards, then all the better. All right. Mine card, your card. Here we go. Get in, get in. Oh, we can just plow through these guys. Yeah, fuck them. Not the big rocks though. Big crystals. crystal formations. Whoop. That's fine. Well, missed that, though. Ding, ding, bang. Oh, whoops. It blended in with the background super much there. Oh, God, a horrible accident. See, I've never played any of the Crash Bandicoot games. Never played Crash, didn't play Spyro until we played it on the channel. Granted, I didn't have a PlayStation for an extremely long... I thought I was a little far... That was far enough to the left. The first PlayStation that was in my home was... Oh, God. Was, I think John's PS4. That eventually became my PS4. And then the PS5 that we currently do stuff with on the channel is the first one that I've bought for myself. I borrowed a couple PS2s back in the day, but the PS5 is the first one that I have from start to finish owned. Okay. Here we go, yeah. This cave reminds me of Mischief Makers. A game I also have to play for something one of these days. Oh, shit. I did not even see that guy there. What is fucking going on? Thankfully, that was also a little brief blip, but... it's frustrating because, like... Oh, damn it. Because it's, like, super distracting, too. Such a weird little mini-boss encounter. Alright. Oh, shit. Bullshit on that. Come on now. That sucks. Granted, I don't know if I would have had enough time to turn around, but even still, like, to get all the way back out. I hate those fucking guys. They're a pain in the ass. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. It just starts moving so fast. Couldn't spit it out in time. That's good. Right. There we go. Oh, what? I got robbed. Now let's go back and get a power. Do 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 do. Good bloop. Yep. Oh yeah, fuck this power. Into the Netherverse with you. Let's get some Phoenix power in here. This one's nice and quick, too. God damn. I think the only real drawback on this one is that it makes you go forward. Nope. Oh, damn it. You out of there. There we go. Fireworks have been achieved. Dreams as we go in the sky. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. All right. There we go. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, so that's what happens when it's an old one. Okay. He goes, yeah. All right. We continue. This one sounds like it belongs as the background for the Megaton. Like, if there was a Megaton Punch Adventures, this would be the first level theme of that game. Come on now. Whoa, he was going for it. All right. So many enemies, so little time. Sounds like a Contra level. Well, until then it does this, and then it's like, oh, recognizably very Kirby. Like very Kirby Superstar adjacent. Oh, shit! I thought that I had landed after the first two, but I guess I didn't. So for the third one, there's like a really long cooldown. I thought that I had landed, but I guess I did not. A rock is going to be a big pain in the ass to actually use for any of this shit. Oh, damn it, that's also stone. Because that's the big, yeah, just big boulder boy. And then you can walk. Oh no! Ooh. God damn it. There we go. What's the problem? It's too collectible. Couldn't inhale fast enough. There we go. Get you. Oh, this one sucks. For what we're doing anyway. I see an umbrella. Okay, bye. Oh yeah, isn't this one you're supposed to do? Supposed to turn it into an umbrella. It's also like, man, you have to have a pretty good idea of exactly what they're looking for. I don't have to do this, but I'm gonna at least try here. Probably already done stuff wrong here anyway, but whatever. Oh, no, that was right. Hey. Just goes away when you try to go in there. Yeah, I know that I could walk past on that one. I just figured I'm here. Why not? Nope. Don't want you. I think you're cutter? Yeah. This cutter in stone. Oh. Right. It's a cute little reference to the animal buddies, but not particularly useful for us right now. Doo-doo-doo. Nice. Fire and cutter. There we go. Get our big boy sword. So the problem here is I'm pretty sure I can't fly while this is out. So I'm actually going to toss that. Oh boy, let's not do that again. Let's just not. K, I, R, B, Y. A filled in O with a long tail. Yes, all right. Yay, it's a real one. Let's go back and get our ability again. Do 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 do. Say, we didn't fire needle yet? Oh, we have. Fuck. Get out of here. No needle and cutter. You bitch. You. Oh. There we go. Oh, yeah, this fucking scary shit. Well, it might be fun to fuck up the mid-boss with this. Ooh, yeah, you thought you got me, isn't that right, Sir Kibbs? More like Sir Dribble. Because I'm basketball. Yep, there we go. All right. Doing. Doing. Got them on both sides. Alright. Wait, I need you, I need you, I need you. What am I doing? Alright. Kirby jewelry. Interesting. Get it for that special someone that you want to eat a strawberry shortcake with. Or kill the king for. Could be either. Ooh, that was a snug one. Yay, it's a real one. We're making progress. Oh, yeah. All right, we got this one, and then we're out of World 4. I definitely remember describing this music as sounding like something during the actual Let's Play. Because it's got a very familiar sound now, too. I don't know. place it. Whoop, okay. Didn't want to give me my third one there. That's fine. No! That's right. Don't mess with the best. Oh, even if you land, it takes a second for you to get your first one back. I thought as soon as you landed, you got all 3 of them back, but it seems like that's not the case. Interesting. Huh. Oh no, we're doing this again. At least I think your power is safe when you are hanging out with Dedede. I don't think you can lose your power when you're Deedling the king. That's not what I was trying to say at all. We're just gonna move on. We'll never talk about it again. No one will ever see this video. If you see this video in the future, comment, I saw nothing. That way I can be sure that you saw nothing. Great. Oh, boy. There we go. You're laughing. Kirby's Deedling the king, and you're laughing. The king. I don't know who the king is, but... God damn it. Get off my balls, Dedede. Do it! Yeah! Ragdoll time. Oh, we didn't ragdoll for long. Look, I'm not going to tell you your business game, but we could have ragdolled Kirby for a bit longer there. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sound like fucking Ninja Turtles there. There we go. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Oh no, we got Bronto's Bert. Our reaction time is just slow enough when trying to dodge them in the third dimension. Nearth. Mom, I want 3 dimensions. We've got 3 dimensions at home, baby. The third dimension at home. Nearth. Boo-doo-boo-doo-boo. I love them in the background cheering. I think you need the volcano power for that one. Uh-oh. Wall of fire. Damn it. Really wanted that. Oh! Well, now I definitely want it. Ah, fuck. There we go. Alright, we're good now. Oh, God damn it. Alright. There we go. You good yet? I want to see that thing snake around in 3 dimensions. Oh, it doesn't. It just moves down one way. All right, that's fair enough. I guess if it's a rounded kind of surface. Oh, no, we going up now? Yeah, we're going up now. Ooh, you dirty little bitch. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Nope. Whoop. Come on. Time to go. Time to go. There we go. All right. Oh, no! Oh, my God. I thought I was going to be too close. Amazing. All right, we're out of the volcano and into the rigid temperatures of the chill star. Here we go. Running along in the frosty, dead earth. Nice. Get back here, you little penguin bitch. No, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me, ah! So Shiver Star, that's what it was. It said Chill Star earlier. You can grab a ladder while you're exploding, Kirby. Come on. All right. I like the little frozen hill bits. Whatever those little vertical little things are that were back in Kirby's Dreamland and Kirby's Adventure. I keep forgetting that I don't actually have to avoid enemies when I'm in vehicles. Hey, another life. Alright. Yay! We're up on top like it's Mega Man X. Oh no! We died. Alright. Where to now? Forget, do I actually have to go in the frozen water? I think I'm trying to avoid it. It almost has a little bit of the ending theme from Kirby's Adventure woven in there. That's interesting. Yeah, they put it in the frozen water to keep it fresh. Keeps it from. Oh, that does damage even after it lands. Okay. Keeps it from spoiling down there. And that guy doing his best, pushing a rock. Oh, nope. No, not this again. Ugh. Don't laugh at me, tube sock snake. Wow, it did the thing again where it didn't reload my my stuff after it landed. So there's like a second that you have to wait before it'll reload your bursts if you haven't done all three. You just kind of have to feel it out. It doesn't really make a noise or anything. Okay. There we go. Ah, fuck! Oh, so nice of Sage to stop by 25 years early in the background there. Whoo! That was close. Yeah. All right. I've been here for years. I'm trying to remember, do I go in here? Ah, this. Now this one comes from Kirby's Adventure, I'm pretty sure. Is this Orange Ocean? Butter Building, yes. Honestly, every time I hear this song, my brain goes to the mashup. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the original. Oh god. Zero ones with "Don't Call It a Comeback." I've been here for years. Mama said "Knock You Out." That's what it was. There's a fun little mashup that puts all that together. There we go. Yes, that is the one. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I don't know enough of the lyrics. My brain wants to do Jump Like a Candle or whatever, which is Ice Ice Baby, I'm pretty sure. These fucking guys returning from Kirby's Dream Land 3. Little needle bastards. Ugh, God, the Scarfies are horrifying in this game. Fuck. Make the bass go boom. Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe I'll have to add that mashup to the rotation for pre-stream songs. In the future, I may start to start the stream a little bit further in advance of when I'm actually going to go live, just to give people a chance to like see the notifications and hop in. Ew, fuck. And if that's the case, I'll definitely make sure to have more songs in the rotation. I got 3 right now. I usually only do 2, but especially for the Powerless Arena fights, I've got a sweet Meta Knight theme. Whoo, barely. Yeah. All right, continuing on in Shiver Storm. There's a really good mashup that someone online did eons ago. It might be 8-Bit Orchestra. I don't remember. But it's literally just like... it might even be called like a video game Christmas or something. And it's essentially a big ol' mashup of a bunch of wintry-themed video game tracks. So you've got... let's see... Oh, God. I can never remember the name of it. From Banjo-Kazooie, there's that... which has a really I have to assume that Grant Kirkhope was specifically going for oh god shit I now I'm forgetting the name of that song. Sleigh Ride. It has Freeze Easy Peak, yes. And it has serious sleigh ride energy. I don't remember if that's the actual name of the song. Just hear those sleigh bells ringling, jing jing tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. It's got that same kind of like bouncy energy, and I think maybe like the specific chords might even be the same for various parts of it. I used to play that one a lot in concert band. That one came up a lot. For the tenor sax, the part is... For the alto sax, you get to do a bunch of shit. For the tenor sax, it's a lot more boring. We basically get to live with, like, the French horns and stuff. And the French horns are, like, the power dorks of concert band. Not the people who play them, just the instruments. They get trolled on constantly by every arrangement and composer under the sun. who just decide to not give them anything. But the tenor sax basically did like a like thing in the background. Which, granted, also the difference between the alto and tenor sax in Pomp and Circumstance. Lemon, butt, ball. Got it. Yeah, Pachelbel's canon is literally just... Here we go. I guess this would be peach. And then melon. Yay. Yeah, Pachelbel's canon... so Pomp and Circumstance uses the Pachelbel's canon in D. Chord progression. Famously, Don't Stop Believin' also uses that chord progression. Whose house is this? Whose house is this? Whoop. Yeah, I was like, I'm just going to let that one go. But yeah, in Pomp and Circumstance, the alto sax gets to participate in a whole bunch of that. Like, it doesn't get the whole thing, but it gets good chunks of it, and when it trades off, because it winds up trading off the melody a pretty decent amount. It gets pretty active, like, counter melodies and stuff. And the tenor sax basically does the, like, like, the chord progression was basically what I had to play when I was doing tenor sax. There we go. If you've never seen Four Chords Song, the Four Chords Song by the Axis of Awesome, they are a, I think, New Zealand group. They might be Australian. I think they're New Zealand. They actually have several versions of it at this point. I think the idea is that they just update it frequently anytime they find new stuff. But there are 3 versions. There was a live version they did for something. Could have been some, like, you know, Red Nose Day style situation. It was a live performance in front of an audience for, like, an event. Oop, too much? Oh, no, just enough. All right. There's also a version that they do without video to it that is... sometimes there'll be a picture set to it on YouTube. That's kind of their studio one. And then they've done a music video style one. That is, it's not performed live, but they do have themselves doing stuff. And all 3 of them have, not completely, but have very different sets of songs to them. It's the tiniest bit distracting because my brain has a hard time remembering what song comes next at any given time because it can be different for all the different versions. But I used to listen to that a bunch. I actually wanted to experiment around with it a bunch myself. I still kind of do, because there's just infinite examples. An idea that I had a while back, and I don't think anyone's done it yet. So, at the very least, if someone does do it by now, I will have said it out loud first, which is, you know, at least a comfort to me. Oh, hey, it's time for that stage from the Kirby fighting game. I wanted to do a 4-chord song, like a mashup of 4 chords songs, in a way where the lyrics actually still made sense put together. Because, like, you can do... Bullshit! Oh, my God. Whoa! Is that where he keeps his brains? But yeah, I wanted to do a 4-chord song where all of the mashed up songs put together make sense as a song. Which is obviously easier said than done. And it sounds difficult even at that stage. You know? I think that'd be kind of neat. Alright. Do-dum, 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 do-dum. I think I saw someone point out online that the majority of the soundtrack for Kirby's Dream Buffet is remixes of tracks from Kirby's spin-off games specifically. I definitely noticed some Kirby's Pinball Land in there. And I've seen mention of like Mass Attack and Canvas Curse and stuff like that too. So you get for pulling up my pom-pom, bitch. It's a hippo. It's a hippo. And a burp. And a fan. Get a shamish. Someone's just wailing on a piano. There we go. Get that meat, Kirby. Oh, God damn it. There we go. So a wizard. A little wizard girl. Oh, I'm not fighting you. All right. Oh, come on. No. Oh, God damn it. Keep trying to jump and then use it. It just kind of like stalls out for just long enough. Oh, shit. That was stupid. God damn it. That's not the door, is it? That's the door. Boom, 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 boom. Great, more crushy stuff. Love it. Love the crushy stuff. That was a little dangerous. All right. Nope, we're staying. There we go. Ooh, that was close. Right, out we go. Lightsaber time! Yeah. There we go. I was like, how do I put it away so I can fly? There we go. Oh, fuck you. Nice. Oh, that was close. Hey, we made it. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, but we got it! Yes, and it's new, too. Perfect. Whoo! All right, which means we're done with Shiver Star, but I am going to go back and get my old power back. Also, hello, Dave. I didn't say hey when you came in. Love how happy he looks while he's running around with that thing. He's so happy. The only reason that I want the fireworks over this is just because, like, As you can see, the hitbox is quite narrow height-wise. It's very thin in that dimension. It has a huge radius on the sides, but there we go. But not so much up and down. Goodbye. Butterfly, get out of here. Ow. Whoops, I was going to jump first. Oh, well. Okay. Here we go. Bada boom. Boom, bada boom, 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 bada boom, boom, boom. Dropping more frames. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a pretty quick one. Not too bad. I need to get a Raspberry Pi just to have a screen, a little tiny screen that's right there that shows me specifically. It'll just read. Oh, just read my Ethernet connection thing and show me when it's suddenly dropping out of the sky. All right. I guess I could have gone the shorter way if I went the other direction. 3 stages. Here we go. First level theme is back. It makes you feel really cheery, even though it's the last level. Oh no! It actually has a level layout fairly reminiscent of the first level. I guess the idea is you're on Ripple Star, right? So, oh, actually, so this is funny. When you come here normally, Ripple Star is all fucked up on the map, like it's covered in darkness and all that jazz. I'm trying to remember. The levels themselves are also, like, dark and weird, too, aren't they? Oh, my God. I love for this one, they were just, I don't know, man. Paper Mario? Fuck it. Amazing. But yeah, I could swear that these levels were much darker and weirder when the dark influence was still there. I don't know if the enemy placements are different. Not this one, the other ones, yes. Okay, all right, so this one was always kind of bright and chipper then. That'd have been very interesting if they got rid of that when you actually... Look, there's bomb and fire. Yeah, I think this level is literally... Yeah, it's even got the same thing right here. This level is literally the first level again. That's hilarious. You can probably put them side by side. Ooh, baby. Yeah. You gotta, like, wait for him to, like, yeah! And then fade out. That's funny that it's the same one there. Oh, yeah, now it's all creepy. Oh, and down we go. Use the just same 2 seconds at the beginning, just going down in tone forever. Oh, yeah. That was a fun little bit. I feel like Terminal Montage has used Silver Gunner stuff before as well. Okay. Do people usually pronounce it Silva Gunner or Siva Gunner? Because I feel like I've heard both. Doesn't help that, like, both the real and, like, weird aliases and whatever that get used have gone, like, both directions with that. Oh, damn it. Hey, Dedede. Just brushing rocks aside. Thanks, man. A lot happened here. No, that's fair. I just don't know if there's, like, a generally accepted one or not. I feel like I just want to go up. Nope, I was wrong. Okay. I want to go down first, then up. What does this remind me of? This kind of reminds me of the Forest Temple a little bit. The music. What you gonna paint me? Oh, fuck yeah. Let's fucking go. Do I get to keep it? No? Oh, that makes me so sad. Oh, that was it. All right. Super shallow jump. Yeah. Have we only gotten a bad one once so far? There was one that I didn't see very well, so maybe it's been twice, but... Ooh, we got the casino theme. Are we doing a bunch of mid-boss fights? We're doing a bunch of boss fights. We're doing a bunch of endurance fights. Alright. It is the last stage before the final boss, so usually they do some kind of weird thing there. What does this remind me of? Some of the Casinopolis? Oh no, this reminds me of the Mario 3 Toad House theme. Which is literally just a walking scale, I think. It's got the like do 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 do, and just does that forever. It's just a walking scale in swing time. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, Great Guys Casino uses that theme. That's right. Makes sense considering its origins as kind of a, press your luck kind of, not press your luck the game, but, try your luck little mini game. It's hilarious how much the firework just cheeses everything. Truly fucking incredible. It honestly depresses me. So I used to love old game shows and things growing up, and it bums me out so much. I've repeatedly now referred to The Pyramid, which is a family of shows. Oh, too much? Nope, just right. A family of basically the exact same show, and it's called The Pyramid because there have been multiple iterations of it where the only real difference is just how much money you can win. It used to be the $64,000 pyramid, and then it became the $100,000 pyramid. And I could swear at one point it was the $500,000 pyramid. I might be wrong there. But no one that I've ever brought it up to has ever recognized it. I'm always just like, really? Really? Also, is there really no way to go back to the title screen without resetting? I know that I asked this earlier too, but... No, well... Let's just create the restore point just for the... yes. Great. That wasn't weird at all. I'm going to reset. I just don't want to, on the off chance that it doesn't save stuff properly. I don't know. Enemy info. Here we go. How are we doing? Okay. We got oh, listen to the music. Is that Dedede's lobby? Yeah, I think that's Dedede's lobby from Dreamland, isn't it? Yeah, it's real weird. I think the first page is bosses. I think this is all bosses. So we have 5 there. 7 there. So that's 12. Another 6 makes 18. Another 3 makes 21. Another 5 makes 26. Another 6 makes 32. Another 6 makes 38. 7 makes 45. And 7 makes 52. Okay. So we got a bunch left, but we've cleared about... So we started with 6, and we now have 29. So we got 23 of the 75. We got about a third of all the ones we needed. And now we can just kind of rock out in the... now we can just rock out in that first level for a while. I don't think the game is going to give us any indicator as to when we actually get all of them, so... I don't know. We'll see how long this level takes to beat once. We'll extrapolate, and we'll give ourselves some, like, checkpoints now and then to check back in. Yeah, if we can jump into basically anything here. There's actually something I was going to that I saved specifically to talk about here. It was a conversation that Sarah and I had earlier, and I've already forgotten what it was. And it was a story that I brought up. It's not like it's Sarah told me something and I forgot what she said. This is I told Sarah something, and I have forgotten what I said. So that's good. Oh, damn it. What the hell was it? Nope, I got nothing. I don't know. It's gone. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Jaws of Death. Oh, that's right. Is Splatoon 3 tonight? I've never really kept up with Splatoon. And I know that it's coming up, so I guess it's tonight. Ah, nice. Guess patches. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Get through like a bunch of the basic stuff so that when you're like ready to really rock, you can just kind of go right into it. Whoop. Oh, nope, nope, nope. What have I done? These hands hath wrought death. Oh, he's back. It's fine. Whoops. Well, I expected to clip down a little better than that. Whoop. Okay. Let's do what we did before. Man used the test fire twice. I only missed the test fire once. I missed the test punch once as well for arms. To my knowledge, there was no test fire for Splatoon 1. Yeah, huh. So we had, what was it, 52 to go? I'm not going to keep count through all of these. Just like keeping it in my head a little bit. All right, so that was about 2 minutes. So, I don't know, maybe we'll check in around. Like we'll say 12:30, and we'll see where we're at that point. Should give us a chance to get upwards of another 20, 25 of them. I did say that I might start doing like save state things, but at the same time, that menu is kind of slow and annoying. It is still faster than the 2 minutes that it takes to actually beat the level. But how about this? I'm not going to bother with the save states until the first time I actually miss one here. Then maybe I'll start doing them. We'll see. Yeah, one of these days it'd be nice to try Splatoon. Do it for real. I feel bad about that initial stream that we did way back for Splatoon 1. That's going to be something that I actually have to put, like, you know, fuck around with again for D-pad unpaused also. So it's going to be an extra little bit of embarrassment there. That was also back in the day where we didn't do local saving of things while we were streaming. Or I didn't anyway. Which meant that whatever made it online was what we had available to us. Like, let's see. So if I do... What button is it? Right trigger. Create restore point. Yes. Oh, it's so slow. I also don't... Screw it. Let's see how long this takes. I also don't know at what point the data is generated. So there is the possibility that this doesn't matter, or that I have to save before I get to the end of the stage or something. So we'll see. I'll probably keep doing the save states on there, and then we'll see if I save and then he goes aw, and I load and he still goes aw. If he does it like 3 times in a row, then I have to assume that it loads that up before. Oh, to miss the jumps. Okay, I mean that makes more sense. Yeah, because at least then I'm still attempting, once every 2-3 minutes. And that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know when it decides. So, like, for comparison's sake, Mega Man Battle Network and Mega Man Star Force have the chip traders and card traders, and those decide. So they have their list of, battle chips, battle cards, whatever it could give you. It decides which one of those it's going to give you based on the timestamp. Like it does, it has a seed generated based off of the time, not like the real life time, but just some internal timer, essentially. It could be based off of how long your save file is. It could be based off of just an internal clock, and it's doesn't even matter just because it's essentially a random seed regardless. But I've done save states where I have been, I've tried to get better pulls on the card traders, the chip traders, rather. And what'll wind up happening is if I wait for a similar amount of time before hitting. So it's when you hit yes. So either when you put your 10th card in or chip in, if it goes right away, or if it doesn't go right away, when you hit yes to the do you want to set these in? Because if I noticed that if I took a similar amount of time. Oh, wow, I missed altogether. If I took a similar amount of time to hit that last button, I would get the same cards, with basically near certainty, Whoa, God, that face was horrifying. That was weirdly off-putting and scary. I mean, we're going to find out if it saves on the same spot here, but look at his fucking face. Here it is. Ready? Ugh. Something about it is weirdly off-putting. I don't know. I'm gonna do it one more time just to. I think if we get it 3 times in a row, then that's a pretty good verification that the card gets loaded at least before here. I'll even let it sit. He's definitely done it before, but I haven't noticed. It just caught me so off guard, and it was kind of weird. I don't like that. Okay, so it's definitely triggered. It definitely decides what the card is before we get there. So this time the experiment's going to be, I'm going to save before I get to that last room, and we'll see if that makes a difference. Because it might decide what the card is when that room loads, If that's the case, then that puts us in a great spot because it means that we can still manipulate that a little bit. If not, if it decides on stage load, then we are completely at the whim of RNG, because at that point, we just got to do the stage a billion times. We're already going to have to do it a bunch anyway, but we'll see. I may also opt to break this in half when we get to 40-ish cards, and then come back for a second stream to do the other 40 and the boss battles. Yeah, actually, that would not be a terrible. It feels like it'd kind of be similar in nature to Boundary Break, or I guess Boundary Break is the one that comes to mind first. Just kind of going into the various mechanics of these games. Now, granted, it's easier to do if it is both data mined and something that I understand when data mined, and I don't understand data mining for anything beyond the Genesis. I used to do that a little bit back early 2000s when, you know, ROM editing and stuff was all the rage. Whoop, too much. For example, it's extremely easy in Sonic the Hedgehog 1 to change the names of zones. It's literally stored as text in the ROM. Super, super easy. Ugh, I don't like it. Ugh. Oh, it's so bad. I don't like it. Ugh. I mean, true, if they're true random, then splitting 40 and 40 means the second one's going to be longer. But I was never all that good at remembering and memorizing the like rules of statistics to determine where the rough 50-50 point would actually be in terms of time. It's kind of hard to do considering technically you could just never get the 81st card thanks to RNG. There we go. So the layouts are different. So that gives me hope that right before is actually where it decides. I hope there's a mercy mechanic. I don't know if there is one. Is this layout again? Maybe it's just like now I have to watch out for the specific layouts. Because if I can get it to be back in the top area again... Yeah. Give it a sec here. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, that's good news. So we've learned a few things. We've learned that the game decides what card and layout are going to happen when it loads. Like, it decides what layout it's going to be before, like, when it loads that room. And when it loads that room, it also determines what the actual info card is going to be. I don't know how many how many it serves up at a time. It may just kind of pick randomly from, like... It may randomly select 3 and then randomly select from 3. Like those kinds of mechanics tend to make it a little easier on the game itself. I believe. No, that is the big trick. I believe they're all available in every stage, but I don't know for sure. Though I guess we'll have a few easy ways of discovering that. But at the very least now, yeah, I guess I'll save before I go in there and we'll be good to go. Whoop. And I get a maximum tomato at the end of the level every single time, so that's cool. Alright. I do wish that this took less time. It's literally a digital version of an N64 cartridge. Those games were fucking tiny. Even on the N64. Yeah. Alright, we're in business now. Yeah, that's the thing, is like it doesn't seem like it's handled particularly well, which is wild, because it seems like such a fucking gimme. Not to mention, looking at the graphics here, it does seem like it's running a literal, like it's running actual emulation in a way where it's like this is a more like it'd be like running Dolphin on your computer. Like you can see these polygons way cleaner and clearer and stuff. Make states on anything weaker than the Wii U, it takes much less time. Oh, God. I was kind of curious what the difference was between the Wii and Wii U handling of this. That's disappointing. I feel like the Wii U was so mishandled by Nintendo. Granted, it gave them the wake-up call they needed to create the Switch. So, like, you know, we didn't have save states at all, did it not? jeez. I don't even remember. I guess, yeah. I guess so. 'Cause I don't think I tried even to look at that stuff in Smash Brothers, but the progress exited out and came back. I didn't hit the thing. Ooh, I might still be okay though. Well, probably not. It's just going to generate at the exact same point anyway. So, whoops, fucked up on that. That's okay. Whew. Lucky. Boo-doo-doo, boop, 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 boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright. But yeah, I figure around like in like half an hour or so, maybe closer to 1, we'll head back into the menu, see how we're doing, go from there. And the fact that we can now more effectively manipulate the game into giving us the ones we want, then oh man, I vaguely, because I had an Ambassador 3DS that is no longer with me. I loaned it out a bajillion years ago to someone, and by then I had already gotten another 3DS, and they were moving to California, and I was just like, just keep it. So they've got was it 10 extra games, 20 extra games on there? I really, really, really hope that either for the Switch or the Switch 2, they find some way to do explicit digital Wii U and 3DS support, or a virtual console or something, because those shops going down is like a huge blow after all these years. There's a bunch of indie developers who aren't going to see, their stuff go anywhere. I don't know. There's just a bunch of games that it'd be nice to see move. Honestly, I'm surprised that there are still games that are Wii U exclusives that have not made it to the Switch. Like, I'm honestly fully expecting Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD to make their way to Switch at some point. I don't know. It just seems like something that it feels like a no-brainer, especially with Skyward Sword HD on the Switch. Like, why not? I still appreciate that thanks to the magic of backwards compatibility, you can play Twilight Princess and Twilight Princess HD on the same machine, like with actual hardware. You can play the Wii version of Twilight Princess and the Wii U version of Twilight Princess HD on the same console, which I guess you could have also done with Link's Awakening on the Game Boy Color. You could have played Link's Awakening and Link's Awakening DX, both on the Game Boy Color. Oh, nice. I was kind of curious if there was a way to get GameCube games to work properly on the Wii U. If only because the Wii U has native HDMI support, which is nice. The Wii is okay with that, but it does have some like weird, at least with the setup that we have with it, like the cables and things that we have attached, it causes like weird audio glitches. If you remember our Mario Sunshine marathon, there were points where it just had all sorts of weird audio shit going on. There we go. How we do? Yeah. All right. We haven't had a bad one in a while, and I feel like we're moving through the level faster too, which is nice. Now, granted, if we start busting through it in more like a minute and a half a piece, and we're able to quickly manipulate the polls to get us, wins more than losses on the info cards, then maybe we will just plow through it tonight. I don't know. We're going to see. Because I would kind of like to do the perfect boss battles run, and I know that's going to take more than one run for sure. So, like, that's probably something that'd be smarter to do for another stream. But we'll see. We'll see where we're at in about half an hour. If we're between 40 and 55, then I'd say we'll definitely, if we're between 40 and like 60, then we'll definitely split it into two. If we are past 60, then maybe we'll just keep going. If we're at like 65, 70 somehow, then maybe we just plow through at that point. Granted, it'll also depend if we start seeing more and more fails that we can't recover from. Because it might be a limited pool you get on each stage load, right? All right, here we go. All right. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Just you wait. There are way worse challenges coming up than 100%ing a random, like a random gift thing here. Here we have the benefit of save states. That's not going to be in our favor for very long. I think the only games that are left that we're going to have actual save states for are Kirby and the Amazing Mirror and Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. And those I'm not really planning on using any save states for. So, what do I even have for... I'm going to double check real quick. I don't even remember what we have for Amazing Mirror that's left to do. That one just might be a boss rush. Yo. Oh yeah, for Amazing Mirror, it's just boss rush. There's a few. It's so interesting. We've got such a lopsided set of stuff where, like, some of these games we literally are just showing up for, like, a boss rush, and then others it's like, oh yeah, you got to play the entire game, essentially, again. Ooh, that was close. Yeah. Boo doo doo boo 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 boo. Right. Oh yeah, also you guys can look forward to tomorrow morning our legendary Let's Play Zelda 1 series is going up on D-Pad Unpaused. I think that'll be the point where I actually start, like, linking to it and posting about it a little bit more online just to, like, get some more eyes on it, because I've been reluctant to, like, advertise it too much because our 2011 and 2012 videos are, like, not great. Fortunately for Zelda 1, I have all of the raw files still. So I did a little bit of remastering on the audio. It was very brief. I still can't even, like, I haven't even re-listened to it all the way through because it's like 6 hours long. But I wanted to at least try. Yeah, I did see that. I got to see if there's a way that I can. I think there's ways to add channel tags that make them more easily searchable, even with weird names. But so. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so the problem with some of those early videos, when we recorded back at John's old studio, was a big open-ass warehouse-style studio, so there's a shitload of echo. So there's going to be a lot of, like, rough audio for some of those. And even for that one, I tried to correct it a bit as best I could. It was a really, like, low-effort remaster. There's a part of me that would honestly love to be able to afford the time to go back and actually re-edit it. So the way that I edit videos now, and it's been this way for years, for most of the D-Pad's history at this point. I think by the time we got to Mega Man, so 2015 and on, my style, went this way. But what I would usually do what I usually do now is I'll listen through a video. Everyone's got their own audio tracks, and that's been the case since Zelda started. Everyone's got their own audio tracks, and what I'll do is I will listen through. I'll have the speakers loud enough that I can easily tell when. We reset our lives when I went back to the menu. I didn't even realize. So I can tell if it's like clipping and all that stuff. And if I notice that someone sounds too loud, too quiet, I'll slice that spot in the audio. I'll make the tweak, and then we'll be on our way. In the old days, I basically almost didn't touch the audio at all for a while. So, like, the first 11 episodes of Zelda 1 were all recorded on one day. In the project file for that, when looking at the raw, like, source files, the raw sequences, the only slices that were in there at all were essentially anytime we had funny jokes that I wanted to hang on to possibly use in the intro of the next video. That was what was there. So I basically didn't do, like, I did a very general, like, all right, let's try to get the levels roughly okay and then not touch it. So it sounds like shit in a lot of places because, folks spike and then they get quiet. Folks lean away from their microphones, stuff like that. So, like, one of these days down the line, maybe for the 10th anniversary of the Legendary Let's Play or something, I may, like, find some time here or there, like maybe during the holidays this year even. I know, like, during, right at Christmas, especially the week after Christmas, I'm usually just kind of like, all right, late nights just kind of like hanging out, not really doing anything in particular, but one of these days I may take a swing at remastering that audio in the way that we do it now, just to see if it's salvageable at all. Because, like, the other problem, like I mentioned before, is we were in, like, a warehouse studio, so there's a lot of echo. John had the best mic foo back then. Now, not so much, but I've made a point of trying to be very good about staying. You can see my lips are about 1.5 inches away from this mic cover, and that's where they belong. You want to be practically kissing the damn thing to get that nice, clean, clear audio. If you're going to get loud, then you want to back up a little bit, because then you don't want to spike the audio. But back then, John was generally pretty good about that. I was okay at it. Ian was pretty good at it, too. CJ was, like, doing this stuff a lot and just kind of turning and just kind of looking around. So, like, he had really variable stuff. And I think he was also leaning back from it like this, and you can hear, because I'm not going to touch it in post, that my voice is a lot harder to hear when I'm that far away. Maybe not a lot harder to hear. This mic's actually pretty good at pickups, but I got it. Nice. All right. We haven't gotten a fuck up in a while, actually. But yeah, so, like, the difficulty in remastering that audio in particular is that if I add enough gain to make CJ in particular, but the rest of us also, CJ is the one who it affects the most, but it definitely hits me and Ian a couple times too. Upping the gain in order to do that tends to make not so much sort of an echo. It's not an echo like you're hearing someone and then you're hearing them again a quarter second later, because everyone's synced on each other. What you're hearing is essentially just everyone on each other's mics, so it makes everyone sound. It adds that tonal quality of, like, oh, you're in a big, echoey room. We have a similar situation right now with Resident Evil 4, the VR version. Ironically, because of the mic that is currently on CJ, though, it is not his fault at all, because we just kind of have. So we're using a Tascam lavalier mic to record his audio, because it means that we don't need to. For the first couple episodes, we had Lindsay with just our regular mic, and I just cranked the gain way up. But the problem there is it was basically room audio at that point, and everyone's audio sounded like crap. And it was capturing game audio a ton, both from the TV and from the Oculus headset. So now what we do is we have the Tascam on CJ. It gets his audio. It gets our audio. Sometimes, I mean, it does pretty frequently get our audio on his mic, but there's not a lot we can do about that. There we go. And we do fairly frequently get Oculus audio as well, just because it's loud enough. It needs to be loud enough for the person wearing it to be able to, be, kind of engrossed into it and immersed into it. But it does mean that it bleeds enough that the mic that's live on them is also picking up that sound. But yeah, so like one of these days, it'd be cool to do a remaster on at least Zelda 1, maybe all 3 of the old games there. It would more than likely be an unpaused thing, or it might be something that's put out on both, or I don't know. Because I don't think I'd put them out as individual I don't think I'd put them out as like 25 episodes like we did the first time around. Like, that doesn't seem necessary. I think, if anything, I'd just put it out as another 6-hour version, but with way cleaned up audio. But, like, honestly, doing that is probably a good, 12 to 15 hours of work. So I'm not exactly in a rush to go and do that, especially when I've got a lot of... Like, when we get around to the Mega Let's Play, setting up those unpaused videos is going to be easy, at least to start with, because outside of Battle Network, which is going to be a big blob of stuff immediately... Oh, I didn't save before I did this one. Whoops. Hey, it worked out. All right. It's going to be like 2 or 3, two-ish... It's probably going to be 2 big videos relatively early on, and then a quick little post-game one later, but... the earliest Mega Man games were all like... 2 hours at most? So those will be very easy to, like, set up, get the, 7 or 8 videos stitched together, and then go. The problem with the Zelda games is that, like, the shortest ones are, 4 hours. And they very quickly get into a point where we're upwards of 30 or 40 hours, not even counting Breath of the Wild, which was... Jesus Christ, that was, 60 hours? Something like that? So, uh-oh, that's what's so great about what? I don't know what that was in reference to. The length of the Mega Man ones or the length of the Zelda ones? Zelda. Oh, yeah. No, it was really impressive back in the day. I mean, it still is. But it was very impressive, that Zelda games always felt really big. Especially in an era... where games were routinely very small. You had your Legend of Zeldas that could occupy you for days, honestly. Like, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, those could occupy you for days or weeks. And then you could pick up, Gotcha on the NES, and it has, 20 minutes of real value to it. And you're like, oh. And you're like, oh, I wish I picked up that Zelda game. All right. Even good games like Mario, the Super Mario Brothers games were pretty fucking short at the end of the day. There was a good amount of density to it if you were just kind of playing through and we're gonna beat all these stages and stuff and not skipping anything. But there we go. Now we're making our way through this pretty quickly now. Beep beep booty boo. There we go. And yeah, my go-to, just talking about Mario, my go-to on some of the most amazing glow-ups in video games. I talked last time during Smash Brothers about how huge of a difference between Super Smash Brothers and Super Smash Brothers Melee in less than 2 years. They legit look like 2 or 3 generations apart. It's honestly incredible how huge the difference there is. But there's also Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 3. They play very similarly at their core, but man, they look so different. The level of quality of the graphics in Mario Brothers 3 compared to 1 is wild. the NES had a really interesting gradient of like graphical utility over the course of its existence, where you've got the early days where you've got, you know, Duck Hunt and Mario 1 and stuff like that that looked like essentially really, really good Atari games. Like, better than Atari games, don't get me wrong, but like they looked like essentially if, you know, the Atari 7800 then had like one or two more steps past that. That's what early NES games look like. Kung Fu, golf, you know, stuff like that. Then you got Mario 3 on the later end of the whole thing, and it's like completely different. Like, just the general look of it, and like... Oh, nope, not right at all. They barely look like they're on the same system. It's honestly kind of amazing. Here we go. Oh, right, I have to... Yeah. There we go. That's the one. Yeah, we've been doing pretty solid with our hit rate here. Got another 10 or so minutes, and we'll check out our progress, see where we're at. It's good enough to get us another, like, 5 or 6 of those, probably. We're very curious to see where we are, because, like, we've been... Like, is it tedious? Yes. You can do a lot worse than this, though. Like, this one, like, this level is pretty automatic. The music's nice. It looks nice. I don't have to exert a humongous amount of brain power to get through it, which is nice. I feel like there's a lot of... like, with Smash Brothers, I was kind of fighting the controls a good amount. And I still had to fight a computer, like, fighter. Even if they were super easy, it still meant that I had to deal with that. This one is like, yeah, it's mostly the same thing over and over again. Nice. Yeah, and like that was kind of the idea of like what I was anticipating for this one anyway, was like a little bit more of a laid-back stream. Nothing too extreme. Maybe the boss battles get a little bit more intense, but otherwise, like, this is gonna be more of like a hanging out kind of thing. Chill vibes. Chill vibes to Curb too. There we go. The next game after this, though, is gonna be a lot of boiling blood, as they say. I don't know who says it, but somebody does. I'm pretty sure that someone says it. But there's gonna be a lot of frustration, a lot of pleading, maybe some tears. Who knows? There we go, another good one. Beep boop boop boo doo doo boo. All right. Ready. Goj is generally trapped up here at night these days. She's been making Zima's life difficult, so we've had to separate them at night so that Zima can actually relax when she doesn't have us to actively defend her. She's been kind of stripping the fur from her belly, which we started noticing maybe like 2-ish months ago. So we're trying to pay a bit more attention to that, and that means that trying to de-stress her in general and also stop her from doing that. So separating her and Goj is the tactic we're going with to see how that works. If we gotta come up with new stuff from there, then we will. Whoop. There we go. There we go. We should be able to get another 3 before 12:30 hits. There we go. There you go. Yeah, all right. Cool, cool. Do 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 do. Yeah, I'd say if we have less than 20 to go, then we'll definitely just keep pushing through tonight. Because at that point, it's less than an hour to be done with the info cards, and then it's boss battle time. Which, granted, will probably take a couple tries, but I think so long as I can keep my head on my shoulders and not be too stupid when fighting, oh god, it's what, O2 and... I was going to say Dream Matter. That's not right. It's not Holy Matter. What the hell is it called? I thought it was supposed... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a reference thing for Dark Matter. I don't remember. Alright. Here we go. Whoa! Barely stayed on the mat. Oh no! It started happening. It started happening. Give it a quick second there. That's definitely a different layout. It's funny, there's a very subtle difference in the animation before the actual reveal that it's wrong. So if it's right, he goes, ha-ha, and he just holds it. If it's wrong, then he goes, ha-ha, and he doesn't really stop. He starts turning to look at it. And then has the, face of confirmation. The face of confirmation. And all of your nightmares come alive. It's actually the slogan of Nightmare in the Dreamy Let's Play is just that face. We had to work real hard to make an expression into a slogan, but most slogans are expressions anyway, aren't they? Thought I saw Gojo doing something out of the corner of my eye. Down to about 4 minutes until our checkpoint. There we go. Ooh, you got me, a little bastard. I guess there's a maximum tomato like 15 seconds from now. Yep. There it is. We should have time for one more run after this. Here we go. How we do? Nice. All right, one more to go. Seems like the internet has been a bit more stable as the night's gone on, which is good to see. Ooh. All right, we're free. I want the firework Kirby to come back. Didn't Magic Kirby have fireworks or something? There we go. There we are. right. There we go. Oh yeah, if the Wii U menus look super blown out, it's because the Wii U like fades the N64 like their emulated stuff like crazy. Yeah, it looks super blown out in the actual stream. I don't understand why they fade the emulated stuff so much, but I've cranked up the brightness so that it's at least in the ballpark of what it should look like. For whatever reason, so this is not the case in the Wii versions of stuff. The Wii version stuff looked fine. I didn't have to touch Smash Brothers at all. But for this one, I did. And I was like, really? All right. So we got 3 more here. 4 more makes 7. 3 more makes 10. 3 more makes 13. 5 more makes 18. 3 more makes 21. 22, 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So we have 50. We have 50 cards. And it's 12:30, so I think that's probably for episode... Oh, yeah, maybe. But yeah, so it's 12:30 right now. We have 31 more cards to do, plus the boss battle, so I think that we are going to break this into 2. Like, getting through the cards would probably take another hour 15, somewhere around there, just given, like, having to do repeats for the sake of, like, as we get closer, it'll be harder for us to get new cards. And we gotta do the boss battles on top of that. So that's probably gonna be, you know, maybe not a full-size stream next time, but a decent-sized one. As for streams that are coming up, let's see. So I don't know if there's going to be a Neverwinter Nights this Sunday. I think that they skipped last week, though it's going to be a little more touch and go with King Richard's Fair going on. Same goes for Mondays with Dave with Cult of the Lamb. I think he's trying to get in to do that, but obviously things may change at the last second depending on schedules and things. Tuesday I'll be back to finish off Kirby 64. This is actually not going nearly as rough as I was worried it might. For one, the save states are helping, but also we haven't gotten that many duplicates so far. So, like, maybe they do have a little bit of mercy manipulation in there. Wednesday, I believe Jeff is going to be getting back into Inindo Way of the Ninja. And then Thursday, I will probably not be doing Kirby that night. It depends. We got a couple things that are going on. I will be streaming that night, regardless. So it'll either be Kirby Tilt and Tumble or something else as a one-night engagement. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Either way, thank you guys very much for hanging out. I know the start of the stream was kind of rough with the dropped frames, so I appreciate those of you that stuck around. We will get this internet stuff figured out, I hope. And yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Thank you guys again. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one, and goodbye.